Today what we want to do, we're going to look at radicchio. Radicchio, great winter vegetable, lots of variety, lots of things you can do with it. This salad really has a lot to do with working with bitter. From the bitterness, you can build just about anything. If it's too sweet, you really can't go anywhere. You can't get rid of that sweetness. So that's why we like to be able to start with products that we have control over, and that's where bitterness is a great way to start. Today we're working with the variety of Verona. This being the most bitter Treviso or Radicchio is better cooked, braised, grilled, fried. Putting it straight into a salad, I think I'm convinced where it got its sort of bad name. I look for a head that is not too tight, not too loose. Too loose, it can be a little dry, but if it's too tight, I find they're a little more bitter. Bitterness is a funny thing. It can almost tame. One bitterness can almost tame another. Just because if you add a more mild bitter in, it seems to mellow out or pull different flavors out of the other element that is bitter. So we're just going to really simply cut this into quarters. And this is really simple. I know, like, grilling lettuces and things like that may sound moderately absurd. It's not at all. All you have to do, we just lay it on the plate like that, and then we'll grill it. And the grilling, what's really interesting about the grilling is that we'll do that over coals, so it really imparts a lot of flavor. It mellows out the chicory or the radicchio to give it that character. Just to really super easy, we just give it a tiny bit of olive oil. So we're off to the grill. So it doesn't take long here at all. But really, you'll break it down. You want to get, it'll change color, gets a little dark, that doesn't matter. It's all good. The most important thing is the flavor. I mean, this thing is packed with flavor, and you can do so much with it. Grilled radicchio, a baked radicchio. So you see, this looks great. So again, it's sort of, the grilling is doing all the work for you, so you really don't have to worry. It's all breaking down, and really that's the way you want it to appear in the salad. So we have a bit of bitterness here. We're going to get a bit of edge of smoke. So what we do is we tie that in with a vinaigrette made of Earl Grey tea and stone fruit. We serve this with an epoisse, so we're able to add funkiness to it. You can do this with a pecorino or any sheep's cheese, either or. It's really up to your preference. So we have these are a variety of mustards. So there's a frilly mustard. So we'll break that off just like that. Now, the bitternesses help pull other flavors out of things. This bitterness will pull some lighter notes out of this radicchio, and you'll find vice versa. This is the epoisse. We're looking to get some funky notes from it, and we don't want to overcomplicate things. Tiny few greens here. So some of the frilly, remember, all these ones will taste different. This will be, the flatter the leaves, you're going to have more water content. It's going to be lighter. When you have these frilly leaves like this, in the mustards, it's going to be less water content, which means it's going to have a little more bitterness and a lot more texture. So back to this dish. So I've got my mustard greens. We got some of the grilled radicchio. What I want is the leaves that have been affected, that have been cooked. So we'll put a tiny bit of oil in there right away, and then a tiny bit of lemon juice. So all we do is just do that, really simple, just like that, not too much. We take some of the Earl Grey tea that this fruit has been rehydrated with. We finish it with some lemon juice, olive oil, and some really minced shallots, and a tiny bit of Dijon mustard, very little. But then again, adding more base and depth to the dish, just like that, not too much. Okay, so there you have it. We've got epoisse with grilled radicchio. It's the Verona radicchio finished with mustard greens and a tiny bit of a stone fruit vinaigrette. Eat your radicchio.